Greetings YouTube, Sega Zombie here and welcome to another video. Now this week we're going to be doing a special video, a bit of a celebration video. I've hit a milestone on YouTube. This is my 100th video uploaded. Wow, I can't believe I've uploaded 100 videos. That's mental. I absolutely love doing YouTube. Like most of you know, I started on Facebook doing lots of different retro groups and things like that. I had some great friends inspire me to come over to YouTube and to share my journeys and my stories and my sort of nostalgic tales really with the retro and yeah, the Sega wall. And I hope that will continue for a long time. I really enjoy it. I'm getting a massive buzz on all these Spectrum videos I'm doing. I hope you guys are enjoying them. But I thought to celebrate 100 videos, I thought I needed to do something a bit special, something a little bit different. I touched on this game. I've mentioned it numerous times across videos. And I actually did do a video on this game. Oh, a good couple of years back now. One of my very early videos. I can't bear to go back and watch my early videos now. It makes me cringe. But I did do a video on this and I thought, do you know what? I think it's time now to sort of like revisit this, because this is the one game that really did ignite and spark my passion for Sega. And that one game is, you guys know, it's Outrun. And I thought this video, what we'll do is I will film me playing every single conversion of Outrun that I have, and I'm going to try and do it in order of when I played it. Now, unfortunately, I don't own the arcade cab. Not yet anyway, guys. I'm going to keep on hounding Cinny Steve. Oh yes, one day it will be mine. But no, joking aside, one day I'm hoping I do own that cab. So what we're going to do is we're going to go through all the conversions I've got. This video's been inspired somewhat in watching Dave, Retro Games Played Badly. He done an Outrun overview sort of gameplay video a couple of weeks back. And I thought, you know what? I've got to do it, you know. I've got to show off a bit of Outrun. So what we're going to do is go through the games. And yeah, have a bit of a blast on each game. It was Outrun in the arcades that drawed me into the fantasy zone. That drawed me in to the world of Sega and all their amazing games. So the arcade was where it began back in 1986 at a seaside resort on a family holiday. When it was then released a year or so later on the good old Specky, boy was I waiting for this game and disappointed, but we're going to go into that. So the Specky port, and then obviously we've got Outrun on the Master System, which is extremely important. Unfortunately, I don't have the original Outrun at the moment, which I thought I did have, but this is the 3D version, but it does contain the 2D version. So we're going to give that a blast. Then we're going to give Outrun a blast on the Mega Drive, guys. And we'll take a closer look at that. Then we've got Outrun on the Sega Saturn. I've chose to show you guys the best version, which is the Japanese one, better than the Sega Ages compilation that come out here in the UK. It's got a lot better options on it. And then an old conversion, but one I didn't play until the beginning of this year, and that's Outrun on the PC Engine. So we're going to take a look at that. And then we're also going to take a look at Outrun on the Amiga. We've got something we don't see all the time, guys. That is the Yu Suzuki Gameworks Volume 1. Now, this is a fantastic book that has loads of concept art and some amazing pictures of his original games of Outrun. We look on the back here, we've got Hang On, Space Harrier, Outrun, Afterburner, Power Drift. These games are all contained arcade ports for the Dreamcast, this guys. and they're all on this lovely disc here in the back of this book. So we're going to take a little closer look at the book. I'll show you some lovely pictures and concept art, and we'll take a look at the conversion of Outrun on here. Guys, let's go over to the PlayStation Zone and we'll get cracking with some of these games. Here we go, guys. First up, we've got Outrun on the good old Spectrum. This was a recent purchase. I had to get this back into the collection off Paul, Mr. Bads. Absolutely fantastic condition. I showed it off on my last pickups video. This has to go in the collection, even though the memories are not that great of this game, as in, you know, this is not a great conversion on the Specky, especially after playing games like Chase HQ and, oh, you know, Buggy Boy. There's some really good racers on the Spectrum. Hang On, another great game, Enduro Racer. These were all great racing games on the Specky. Unfortunately, Outrun isn't one of those games. We're going to play it though, guys. I remember playing this game loads and loads and just pretending that this was as good as the arcade. You know, you had to have a good imagination back then, being a Specky owner, you know, and to me, these games are amazing. And just all the memories, the iconic screenshot of Outrun, that beginning screen looks good. On the Specky, it's faithful to that original iconic image. Bring back loads of memories seeing that. And being graced with this loading picture, guys. Wow. I was so excited seeing that. Wow. I do love the Specky rendition of the Outrun music. I think it's great. That is really nostalgic. Absolutely. Oh, that is goosebumps, really, guys. I've not played this. I've not played this game since. So really looking forward to giving this a blast. Going to free for controls, and we want free for Sinclair. We are rocking with what we did from the last video, and that is the Cruiser. Great stick. So let's press 1 for Outrun. Press play on the tape, and we should be away. 128K version is what I'm going to load, guys. Oh, we have liftoff. Right, guys, as is the case with Retro, and this is the first time I've loaded Outrun on the Spectrum. I've had what has been a few milliseconds for you guys, has been an absolute all-nighter for me. I've really struggled to get Outrun to load. I've finally got there, guys, but for whatever reason, Sinclair controller is not working. This is the first time I've experienced this on a game. I'm going to have to use keys, guys, so this is going to be even more interesting, especially in how I have everything set up. This is going to be awkward, but we're going to give it a go. I don't want to give up on this video, so 1 for Outrun. And let's go. As you know, guys, I am useless with the keyboard. Just to get to this point, it really has been a good couple of hours. You'll notice that it's a lot darker. I'm just chuffed that we've actually got here. As you can see, the sprites are lovely and detailed. Lots of nice detail here. I really like... oh, the vehicles and how they're drawn, and I've just crashed, guys. Oh, come on. And I keep hitting the wrong keys. Absolutely no warning, guys. It just starts you straight in to the action. Loving that soundtrack. Not loving the gameplay though. I'm hitting every car. This is... oh, this is just god awful. There's no control with a keyboard. We're going to do better this time, guys. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Whew. Guys, I've never been a keyboard player at all. I've always really hated it. So that's going to be my excuse. Oh, come on, seriously? You're going to see... I'm not changing gears. Oh my goodness. I'm hitting everything. Because I just cannot play with keys. Yes, guys, I'm on my fucking hands and knees here trying to play this. Just hit everything. It's absolutely fucking... I've never played anything like it. See me now, I'm kneeling down on these old knees of mine, trying to use a bloody keyboard. I'm the world's worst keyboard player, I really am. I absolutely loathed it as a kid, and I can't say I like it much now. There. Oh, and I'm not really sure what happened there, guys. Come on! Seriously been loading this game. Oh! Seriously been loading this game for about 2 hours trying to get this game to work. I do love the specky music though, I know I keep saying it, and I'm absolutely getting smashed to smithereens. Fighting the pain barrier in my knees right now. Oh, seriously. I avoid the truck and then fall into the fucking rocks. I hate these controls. It's driving me insane, guys. This is torture. Absolute torture. Oh, you motherfucking car. You're trying to move and it just does not move. Right, guys. I hope you've had a nice laugh at my expense there and the swearing of that little montage of me really struggling with the keyboard. I've figured it out, guys. My God, it's been a whole night on Outrun on the Spectrum just to get it to load. My knees are killing me. We're back with the Cruiser, guys. And it's because it's got to be in port 2. I didn't think of that. But I've just experimented and it was working. So here we go. Let's play some Outrun with a joystick. This game held so much promise. Really like the detail of the Ferrari itself. You can clearly see your girlfriend sitting next to you there. And you know, to be quite honest, the backgrounds are fine. The scenery. The other cars have plenty of detail. All of that is really cool. Just my only real issues with this game back in the day was just the speed. You know, Outrun is a very colourful game. Sega Universe, a Sega game, they love their bright primary colours. And you know, the good old Specky has tried here with the blue sky, I suppose, and the bright colours of the road. You know, and that's the charm of the Specky, that this is a Sega game, and you know, I was mesmerised by the Sega bright colours. Speed is lost in this game. So loads of nostalgia here. I'm doing so much better with this joystick. Oh, it's a relief. I think I'm going to go this way. Right, press play. So it's found one, it wants 3. Joy of multi-load. There's a pause there, and it's now going to load and say found 2. Yep. And it's loading 3. So we've got Porsches now, windmills, that we're getting a nice little close-up of. Alright, how do we get past those 3 then? Wow, there is so much traffic. Just don't know how to get through it. I'm trying to avoid all these Porsches. My goodness. Found 4, want 5. I think the multi-loading's more exciting than the game. No, it's a bit unfair. My memories of this game, the nostalgia of it was just sheer disappointment though, lads. Unfortunately, none of the micros really got a decent outrun. All part of the tale, and what got me so into Sega and wanting their home consoles. This is how I found out about their home consoles, when I could quite clearly see that the majority of the Sega conversions on the computers were awful, really. You know, there was a few exceptions. Just the thought of getting an actual Sega console to play these Sega games, that's what it was all about for me. Oh my goodness. Trying to stop the tape and play the game at the same time is a major issue there. Ridiculous how they don't give you a little bit of time just to stop your tape, pause your tape, and actually gain your bearings. You know, this is a racing game. They expect you to just go straight into the thick of it after that multi-load. Oh my goodness. Lots of crashing, guys. You're getting to see the lovely detail of the Ferrari from all angles. But as you'll notice on this conversion, you don't actually get the flip out. The Ferrari will spin, but you'll see in many of the other conversions, we actually get to flip the Ferrari out. Are we going to get past these? Is there going to be a gap? Oh, we're coming to the end of the road for Outrun on the Spectrum, guys. It's a lot better with a joystick. You can actually control it somewhat. Get a little bit more of a feel for the car on the road. But yeah, we're definitely going to run out of time now, guys, which is a shame. But you've got to see a bit of Outrun on the good old Spectrum. I'm using the Amiga 1200 there with the WHD load. So we're going to go in there. Everything's in alphabetical order. I'm going to go into O. And we're going to go to Outrun. Double click on there. So it starts off really well.
Universe Gold present from Sega Outrun.
Right, so it starts off well there, guys, with the iconic start screen. The music, a typical an Amiga affair. And here we go, guys. And I'm using the mouse controls here, which actually really worked on Hang On. Oh my goodness, this is awful. It's, as you can see, it's not even full screen. You would have thought with the extra development time they had for these 16-bit computer versions, the sound effects of the cars just outweigh the quiet soundtrack in the background. This is just a mess, guys, an absolute mess. This just is not Outrun. So yeah, the mouse controls are pretty god-awful. Just to prove to you guys there, I'm using the mouse. That really is bad. But you've got the original map there, and you've got that tranquil scoreboard there, the best outrunners. That's about the only positive things I can say about this game. Gonna go game controls, joystick, game start. So we're going to use the joystick now, guys, just to see if it does play any better. The frame rate is appalling. The sense of speed is no better than the ZX Spectrum. You do get the car to flip out, but strangely there, the passengers don't fall out until the Ferrari hits the deck, and you see them just appear there on the side of the road, which is different. But this is even worse with a joystick, guys. What a truly awful conversion. I can remember I gave this absolutely no time back in the day on the Amiga. A really, really poor. I think we've seen enough of this, guys. You know, this just is not Outrun in the slightest. Even the Ferrari. How can you make a Ferrari look so ugly? The sound effects just drive you insane. They're awful. You know, the sound of a Ferrari is supposed to be appealing. That really is not. And what a god-awful conversion. That's all I've really got to say about the Amiga port of Outrun, guys. Right, guys, a bit of a change of scenery. We're now set up on the B&O. This is because this is where the Sega Tower of Power is, the Mark I Mega Drive and the Mark I Mega CD. I also have my, for convenience really, and space saving, I have my Master System converter on the top there. I'm going to play Outrun on the Master System. Now, this is a game that I finally got, the original version of this, a year or two after the Spectrum release. I can remember buying my first Master System off a lad that worked at the same newsagents as me, doing a paper round. He was looking into buying an Atari ST or an Amiga, and he wanted to sell his Master System to help him fund that purchase. I was desperate for a Master System. Guys, as you can see, I cannot get Outrun to work in 2D. It's trying to show the game in 3D, even though the game says it does work in 2D mode. I'm not sure what I'm doing wrong, guys. Actually, this is just going to make us all go blind. So yeah, we're going to have to cut short Outrun on the Master System. Convinced I owned the original Outrun on the Master System, so that's something that I've got to put on my wants list and pick up as soon as I can. But what we're going to do, guys, is we're going to quickly move on to Outrun on the Mega Drive. And, you know, this is just as an important release to me as the Master System one. And to be honest, I played this game an awful lot on the Mega Drive. Released on the Mega Drive in 1991. And there we go, guys. Look at that. Instantly nice, bright colours. The Mega Drive version does get criticised for having duller colours. I kind of like the graphics on the Ferrari though. Magical sound shower has got to be a very zoomed in looking start there. Lovely big sprite there to the Ferrari. I think it looks great. like I mentioned, this can be criticised, the Mega Drive port, for having a duller colour palette. As you'll notice, there's no engine sound to the car, which is a bit unusual, and you'll only hear sound effects to skidding on an extreme turn like that when you start to power slide. But it's pretty faithful to the arcade port. I used to have hours of fun on this. Oh, and there we go, we're going to flip out there. Remember Outrun being extremely brutal on the Mega Drive. That one crash, I don't think I'm going to make it. Oh yes I am, come on. It's going to be tight, guys.
Checkpoint.
It's got the nice sound effects there, voices. But yeah, I had a lot of fun. Me and my brothers growing up had lots of fun with this game. And for the Mega Drive, you know, I love the sound of the Mega Drive. And it's a really faithful take on the original arcade soundtrack, which I really like. And we're out of time, guys. I'll tell you what we're going to do, because I've noticed this is the European layout, isn't it, of the game, so I'm going to take a different approach to the next go, and we'll have Pass and Breeze. Why not?
Get ready.
Let's see how well we can do, guys. Got nice sound effects of overtaking the oncoming traffic. I really like the clouds, the backgrounds, the roadside detail, really good. The style of the Ferrari in this is really significant to me because it's what I remember. I really remember this, the Mega Drive port of Outrun a lot. I played it a lot over the years growing up with my brothers. So we're going to go this way.
Checkpoint.
I love this level with the clouds overhead. A glorious level in the arcades, this. Very tight if I can make it. Oh, I do though. We've got to have an exceptional run to get past. To progress any further, it's going to have to be something pretty amazing. But yeah, the Mega Drive port of Outrun really captures the feel of the original arcade. And it plays really well. A really solid racer on the Mega Drive.
Checkpoint.
There's some really sharp corners on this stage. Oh no! I think I've blown it now, guys. Four, two, one. Oh, just short of it there, guys. I was really hoping that we could have finished it there, but it's not meant to be. And there is Outrun on the mighty Mega Drive. A great port, loads of nostalgia there, like I said. Absolutely brilliant. We're now going to move on to a conversion of Outrun that I didn't play until this year. We've got the PC Engine version of Outrun. Like I said, I got this game at the beginning of the year. Really looking forward to giving this another playthrough. I've not set up there. I've not played Outrun much on the PC Engine. We're going to go Splash Wave. It's got the engine sounds. That's over the Mega Drive. And I think PC Engine conversion is bang on with the environment, the scenery, the background, the roadside objects. Everything is really, really good. And the only thing I've noticed is the roads are not as wide. Very narrow roads on the on this conversion. But yeah, the Ferrari looks absolutely awesome. Soundtrack is really good, really faithful. Let's see what the PC Engine, how it can handle. Oh, look at that. It's not bad at all, guys. That doesn't look bad. You've got to remember this is an 8-bit console converting what was an arcade game that took a decade for it to get a real true conversion on the home consoles. You know, we're not going to see a close conversion of this game until we have a look at the Sega Saturn version release of this game. Oh no! He crashes and into the desert level. I tell you, this really is a great conversion of Outrun on the PC Engine. I can remember being extremely impressed playing this for the first time. A great sense of speed. I think we might be at the end of the road, guys, now. 2, 1, and that's game over. As you can see, wow, what an awesome port of Outrun on the PC Engine. Absolutely brilliant, guys. And let's move on to the next conversion of Outrun. And here we go, guys. Here is Outrun on the Sega Saturn, the Japanese Sega Saturn. We've seen some conversions. This is the first one that truly, really does capture the arcade and the closest conversion to the arcade so far. Really looking forward for us to have a chat about this one while playing. But what an amazing game. So here we go, guys. I'm excited for this one. What a conversion. It took until 1996 for there to be a conversion as faithful as this to the original arcade release, which was a decade. Outrun being released in 1986. We didn't see a faithful conversion, really, until the Sega Saturn in 1996. There's the iconic start. can remember me and my mates being absolutely amazed by this conversion. And it come out at a time when people were getting tired of Outrun's old classics, but for me and my friends, that it couldn't have been any different, you know. We absolutely adored these original games. And, you know, I always craved to get an arcade perfect port. And I think the Sega Saturn version does. It's pretty much spot on. You can't beat this opening stage. What an iconic stage. Sega to a T. Cruising down an oceanside road like this. On the coast, on the seafront. The palm trees. The Ferrari Testarossa. Convertible. Your girlfriend in the passenger seat. The wind blowing through your hair. Absolutely captures the imagination.
Checkpoint.
I've deliberately gone this way, guys, because I adore this stage also, with the marble arches there. I can remember seeing that for the first time in the arcades, being absolutely blown away by these visuals. The scaling of those sprites, absolutely amazing for the time. And it took 10 years for a home console to be able to really replicate that. I want to know in comments, guys, all of your memories of Outrun. It's very tricky playing a racing game while talking. Oh, I've had to slow up there because of that truck. I'm losing precious seconds here, guys. Not sure how far I'm going to get, to be honest. I used to play this game an awful lot in the 90s, me and my mates, and we become quite masters at it, but I've noticed in recent years, probably age, my reactions probably aren't as good. Memorising the tracks, not so well. This is another iconic stage with the desert roads, kicking up that sand from your rear tyres. Oh, that was close. Nearly lost it. Gonna go quiet while I get my bearings on this one a bit. Oh, this has been a bit of a slow one. Oh no. Change down. Come on. Yeah, we really need to be hitting a better time in that. We only just made it, guys. Oh no, where, as you can see, we span out there. I don't think I'm going to make it past stage 4. What I might do, just to show, in true arcade fashion, a crash if I can. Help if I would change up there, guys. You really can't afford to crash in this game. Yeah, we're not going to make it. There you go, and there's a flip. Just to show that awesome crash. That's what happens when you ain't wearing your seatbelt, guys. And there you go. There is Outrun on the Sega Saturn. You got the really iconic map there, showing your route. The really tranquil high score table with that backdrop. What a game. Let's move on to the next conversion, guys. Right guys, as promised, here is the Yu Suzuki Games Works book. An absolutely fantastic book. I wish I could read Japanese, I really do. There's some absolutely fantastic pictures in the book though, of all of Yu Suzuki's iconic arcade machines. There's the awesome Outrun sit down cab. A photograph there of the Outrun cab is housed in the back there. So we're now going to load that into the Dreamcast. Here we go, the Yu Suzuki Gameworks Volume 1. And obviously for today's video we're going to Outrun 1986. Gives a lovely little rundown there of the original arcade there, the dimensions, the weight, all the dimensions there, the microprocessors, program memory capacity. There you go guys, if you love all that. So let's press start button. And you're going to notice a drastic change here, and that is the slight change in the Ferrari, guys. Unfortunately, because Sega didn't have the Ferrari licensing issues, they had to change that. Breeze. And away we go. So yeah, it's a shame that they've had to make the changes to the Ferrari, but this is pretty close. This is pretty much the arcade game, and a lovely addition to my Outrun collection. Plays nice using the Dreamcast controller. I'm used to the Dreamcast controller for many racing games, because there were so many great arcade races on the Dreamcast, as we all know.
Checkpoint.
So smooth. Look at that, guys. As you would expect on the Dreamcast. Plays an absolutely wicked game of Outrun, this. Overall, the Sega Saturn is my favourite conversion of Outrun. I think it's safe to say that it's the one I prefer, solely because it's, you know, the Ferrari's all intact. And nostalgia, I suppose. But you know, no, this plays a mean game of Outrun. Highly recommended, guys, if you can get it. Or I'm sure these ROMs are available, guys, if you know the right places to look. Go, guys. I hope you've enjoyed this video. There's been some nice conversions of Outrun, some iffy conversions of Outrun. All in all, I want to thank you all for all of your support so far on YouTube. I try and answer every single comment. Keep giving me those thumbs up. Please subscribe to the channel. This content will keep coming, guys. I'm absolutely loving YouTube. I love creating these videos, getting the community talking. That's what it's all about. I'm hoping this video has sparked loads of nostalgia and loads of memories, guys. Please comment down below, share with me your memories of this amazing series of games done by Sega, and that is the mighty Outrun. And until the next time, guys, I'm Sega Zombie. Goodbye.